My name is Karen. This is Recreational Knitting, and I'm going to welcome you with open arms to this podcast. I hope that if you're new here, you'll find something that you like, decide to stay, and enjoy the fun with us. If you're an OG, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Those of you that have supported me with Ko-Fi, coffee, Kofi, whatever, how to say it. I appreciate each and every one of your donations. I did not make it to Rhinebeck last year because of my knee, but I did make it to probably what's going to be the last SSK in Nashville. So anyway, that was depressing. The last SSK. I finally make it to SSK and it's the last one. Maybe it's me. But we're not here for that. We're here to discuss plans for the new year. You can't see behind me, but this whole apparatus here is full of yarn. And I decided to take a close shop so I wouldn't be embarrassed by all the mess. Yeah, I have a few things hanging out, but for the most part, it's in shelving and in these little doodads that I got not long ago. And it's in my closet and underneath my sewing machine and all the places. I know that some of you can relate to that. Not all, because a lot of you are very, very conscious of your yarn purchases within this hobby. And you're a better human than I. I have two hobbies. I like to collect yarn and I like to knit. So next year, I'm taking a page out of YarnNYarns podcast. If you've never been to see the podcast, YarnNYarns, it's kind of one word, YarnNYarns, YarnNYarns, Rainbow Ange. Ange is the hostess of the podcast. She's quite talented. She's a knitter, she's a spinner, she's a weaver, she crochets, she probably sews, she probably does it all. Yeah, I've been watching her podcast for the last few months, trying to catch up on some of the other things that she's done. And one of the things that she does do is a 12 Christmas cast-ons. And what she plans to do with that is then knit on those the remainder of her year. Sometimes she finishes them and sometimes she does not. And she's fully aware of that and she's fully fine with that. In fact, I think she just finished a project that was maybe 3 years old. Hey, understood. So in that vein, I'm going to take a page out of her book, but I'm going to put a little twist to mine. I am, and you've heard it here, and you've heard it here before, that I'm really going to do a no-buy year next year. I have just turned 70 last week, and I looked around and decided that I have about 10 years maybe to knit and 30 years of yarn. So I don't know if it's 30 years, but you know what I mean. Feels like 30. It's starting to feel suffocating to me. So I'm going to do a variety of things. I'm going to de-stash, I'm going to work for my stash, and I'm going to have a no-buy year. The exceptions are only to finish a project. So that said, one of the other things that I plan to do is take a page out of Angie's book and do 12 Christmas cast-ons. What she does is from December the 24th, Christmas Eve, through, I think she now does it through the end of January. I think early on she did it just for the 12 days of Christmas. But I think work, life got in the way. So as we all know, that happens. So what I plan to do is to cast on 6 new projects and take 6 works in progress. And those will be my 12 Christmas cast-ons. So what I will do is one day I'll work on a whip, and I'll work on that for a few days. And I'm going to try to be monogamous with that whip. Then I get to cast on, you see. It's a reward and a hit of dopamine, because we all know that casting on is truly the fun part of knitting. And casting off, but it's all fun, but casting on really gives us a rush because it's like the possibilities. So I'm here to show you what I've decided on for my 12 Christmas cast-ons. Are we ready? Here we go. I will show you my whips first. I have no shame here. I do have a little shame, but we're not going to talk about that. I have one sock with a marker that I have no idea why it's there, but it is finished, as you can see. It is lovely. It is the pattern Rhinebeck Roomies. One day I'll get there, right? One day I will get there. And I have the second one cast on. Wait till you see this big cast on. There it is. It is cast on. It's been languishing in this little bag for months. Now, I don't really have second sock syndrome, but for some reason I just became interested in something newer and bigger and better. You know how it goes. So this will be my first whip. And I will work on this for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, probably through the 26th. So hopefully I'll get a lot accomplished on this pitiful cuff. And yeah, hopefully you'll see at least, a few inches. And then what I plan to do is put it back in the bag. I don't think it will be done in 3 days, but then I get to cast something on. And one of the things that I really want to cast on is, sorry for the crinkling, a tee in Stranded Dye Works. And I don't know what, it's called the Stranded Elf. This is in honor of Jude's mom when she passed away. So I need to cake this up. I have 3 skeins. It's 437 yards. I don't know what tee I will make. I may make a anchor summer shirt. I don't know, because that's who I am. But I've been holding on to this for what, 3 years now, likely. And I think it's lovely. This is all my favorite. So I'm definitely going to cast this on, but I still haven't decided the pattern. So that will be my reward for working on the socks for 3 days. Then I'm going to work on that for 3 days. And then I'm going to go to a new whip. Ready to see it? You've seen this before. This is my Dingley Dell that once winter in Florida came, I put it back. It's made with some knitting for Olive. I shouldn't say it's made. It's being made with knitting for Olive and a local dyer to me. This is Trusty Sock by Carolyn, I can see you. Here it is, Swan City Yarns, and it's the colorway Cat's Meow. So this is what I had before I stopped with this. Getting ready to close up in the front, probably an inch or two down. And yeah, I want to work on this and have this ready for summer. So I'll work on this for 3 days. Then I'm going to reward myself with another new cast on. And this time, it's going to be the Gambit's Cow. This is all from Stash, by the way. 2 skeins of Double Sunday, and I've lost, this is a universal yarn, I'm not sure. I've made a couple hats and things out of it for the kids. But it's a mosaic by Samantha Gurn, and I'll put the picture up here. And this is what I will be casting on with. So I'll work on that for a few days and then go back to another whip. The next whip that I'll pick up is going to be by Alinit. It is the, oh my goodness, this is hateful. When I, this is how far I've gotten with this. I'm about ready to split for sleeves. It's a t-shirt and everything is fine, except I've got like 42 stitches, too many. So I need to do some math and figure what I did wrong, where it is, rip back, fix my mistake, or fudge it, whatever needs to happen, and continue working on this. So, let me see if I can actually find the name of this in the picture. Yes, it's called the Clover Tea. So yes, if everything goes right, you're counting, there's 2 t-shirts there that I'll have for summer. I get these whips done. All right, again, they're all from Stash. Oh, let me put this back before I lose my mind and the pattern. I've lost a skein of yarn. This is an aside. I've lost a skein of yarn for my birthday sweater. It's in the house somewhere, and I don't know. I had 3, now I've only got 2. Yeah, oh, there's one more skein of yarn. So, another fat squirrel bag. All right, another cast on. This is going to be my next cast on. This was in my local yarn store. Everybody did it but me. I bought the yarn, I got the pattern, I did the whole thing. It's called The Bright Side, and that is by Knit One, Love One by Lori B. The Bright Side, it's one of those assigned pulling, and this is a Wonderland yarn, and it's called Little Surprises Around Every Corner, and it's on her base of Cheshire Cat, and it's 520 12 yards, and I think it is, yeah, it's 100% superwash merino. So this is what the pattern is. I'll try to, yeah, but it's one of those where you purl if it's on this side and then knit if it's on that side. And yeah, every time you come to a little color splotch. So sounds like a real fun potato chippy kind of project. And my pattern is all messed up from being in my basket over here. So there's that. Now we get to go to another whip. Another whip is made in Linendale from King Cole. Those of you that have been with me have seen this, and I got the whole rowing out up here, which it is what it is. I'm not going back. And this is a petite knit pattern. It's called the Cloud Tee. Plain white. Pretty boring, but you know what? Plain white. That's what we like in Florida, because it goes with all those hot pink and hot green capris that we have, or shorts. And this is made in Linendale. If you're not familiar with it, this is what the ball band looks like. I got this in from Wool Warehouse before the tariffs. King Cole, and it is 57% cotton, 30% viscose, 13% linen, and there is 131 yards or 120 meters in each ball. So I have plenty of this. And again, this was put away when things started to get, like, I'm not going to get this finished for real summer. This is probably a multi-year project, because it's on 2.5 needles. But it's pretty. It's like, I like it. Very plain, very classic, and very practical. Definitely for Florida. Okay, so working on that. What's the next one that I'll be working on? Here we go. This is some yarn that I bought last year. It is Onion, that's the brand, and it's not onion skin yarn, but it does have nettles in it, and it is a sock yarn. And back in the day, when things were hand spun at home and there were no machines that, you know, made us lovely yarns, nettle fiber was used as a strengthener for yarns, and especially socks. So I have 5 of these that I ordered last year. I've not used this before, but I want to make a tee. I still have not figured out what pattern. It's going to depend on what yardage. So I am looking for a pattern, and let's see what the yardage is here. It's 185 meters per, so close to 800 if my addled brain is anywhere close. So 800 yards. So I have to be careful. Not yards, meters, I'm sorry. So I have to be careful what pattern I choose. So my task for this afternoon is to find a pattern for this particular yarn in my library. So wish me luck. So that's going over here because I really do need to figure that one out. All right, on to another whip. This one is something that I started and put it down very quickly just because I found something new and shiny. This is from Oling by Katrin Hannibal. It is the Elan bandana scarf. And I have started it in these two yarns by Unling. And this is 100% superfine wool. So, and I've already started this. Oh dear. But as you can see, barely. I may need to rip back because it looks like I have a mistake back there. So yeah, so barely. So, but I really would like to have this little scarf. I think that if I work on this for, you know, 3, 4, 6 days, I could have her done. So, ready? On to another new cast on. This will definitely be an Anchor summer shirt. And it is a sock yarn. And it is by Plymouth Yarns. I've had this in my stash for, oh, probably 3 years maybe. I just think it would be a great summer shirt to wear. And I love the fit of the Anchor summer shirt. Sue me. Yeah. So I have 3 balls of that. So that will get on the needles. Yeah. I'm going to try not to do 2 of them at the same time, but I'm not promising. Yeah, we'll see. This will definitely be an Anchor summer shirt. Not sure of that other one. So we'll see. This is the Primitive Needle of Female Arts sampler. And when we first moved into this house, I started to work on this because I had started it. It was not very far along, but it's not a very big sampler. So I think that in good sun, I can probably work on this. Good light. That's why I stopped. Well, that's not the only reason I stopped. The reason I stopped doing a lot of my stitching, you can see one up here, was I lost some eyesight in this due to viral pink eye. Long story. Couldn't see. So I sold a lot of my stash, basically. I had linen and silks and DMC floss and the whole 9 yards. And I sold a lot of it to another stitching friend who hopefully is making use of it. Hi, Susan, if you're watching. So I'd like to finish this. And I have plenty of floss. That's the last of the whips. And the last of the new cast-ons, I don't have an idea for, but this is from Arcane Fiberworks in Canada. Bought this last summer. This is in the colorway Avocado. I love this color. This is amazing. So I'd like to make a tee with that. I don't have a pattern for that as well. And that's 3 hanks of fingering weight. So I need to find some patterns, but hopefully you'll join with me in this little adventure. And The order may change, but I will have all 12 of those cast on or addressed in some way from Christmas Eve through January 30th, 31st. 30 days has September. Yeah, it didn't sound right when I said it, but you know. And I will be filming some of the adventures of casting on and doing all the things. So, and then I'll start posting some of those videos. Totally copying Angie from YarnNYarns. So stop over to her channel and see what you can find out from her as well. And she does total cast-ons. That would kind of drive me over the edge. I think I would have too many little itty-bitty things that I need, you know. A number of these whips that I have aren't very far along, as you can see. So I'm good with these. Yeah, I don't need to cast on anymore. But I am. So anyway, I hope you join in. I hope you subscribe. I hope you like this video. And I hope that I will see you in the new year. Everyone have a very wonderful new year. Be safe out there. And as always, knit in peace.